Lesson, we will explore how we can use multiplication to compare numbers. You've made comparisons in math in earlier grades using either addition or subtraction. Let's start by looking at an addition problem that uses comparison, similar to something you might have encountered before. This problem reads, Joe has 4 paper airplanes. Sasha has 12 more paper airplanes than Joe. How many paper airplanes does Sasha have? So to solve this problem, we would start with Joe's paper airplanes. We know he has 4. And we see that it's asking us how many paper airplanes Sasha has, and we know that she has more, so we're adding. And we're adding this number 12 because we know she has 12 more, so we want to know what is 12 more than 4. We do our math and we'd figure out the answer was 16. Sasha has 16 paper airplanes. We can also compare with subtraction. So the same problem could be reworded to read, Sasha has 16 paper airplanes. Joe has 12 fewer paper airplanes than Sasha. How many paper airplanes does Joe have? So that word fewer gave us a clue that we're going to be subtracting in this problem. We'd start with the number of airplanes Sasha had, which was 16, and we want to find out what is 12 fewer than 16, 12 less. So we're subtracting 12. We do our math and come up with 4, and our answer would be Joe has 4 paper airplanes. So these are two different ways that you have made comparisons before. The key words you would see in a problem, a word problem, if you were going to be comparing using addition, would be more or increased by, and there are other words, but these are the main ones. The words that you might see if you're comparing with subtraction in a word problem would be less, fewer, the difference, or decreased by. Now we can also compare numbers using multiplication. We can use the same problem, same example, where kids are making a whole lot of paper airplanes, and our question might be worded like this. Joe has 4 paper airplanes. Sasha has 4 times as many paper airplanes as Joe. How many paper airplanes does Sasha have? So to find our solution to this problem, we would need to multiply. And we have a big clue right here in the problem. It's saying that Sasha has 4 times as many paper airplanes as Joe. And that phrase is a key hint that tells us we're going to be multiplying. You can see the word times there. That's a good clue. You know when you're multiplying, you're saying this number times another number equals that. So our times is a big clue. Keywords you can look for in a word problem that is requiring you to compare numbers with multiplication. Times as many more, times as many less, times as much, or times fewer. So let's work on this problem. We're going to start with the number of paper airplanes Joe has. We know he has 4 paper airplanes, and now the question is asking us to solve what is 4 times as many as 4. So we'd be multiplying, and we'd be multiplying that 4 times 4. We'd do our math and we'd figure out the answer was 16. Another way to think about this, or words you might see used, is to set up the problem as set size times a multiplier equals a product. Our set size in this problem is 4. We know that Joe has one set of 4 paper airplanes. And we know that Sasha has 4 times that set size. She has 4 sets of 4. And that gives us our answer, our product of 16. Sasha has 16 paper airplanes. All multiplication is a comparison. Whenever you multiply, you're comparing the factors in your problem and the product of your problem. So let's take another example. Let's take this example of 6 times 3 equals 18. When you write that equation, you're writing a multiplication fact, but you're also telling us that 18 is 3 times as big as 6. Pictures help us make this clearer. Let's look at a picture of 6 pigs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now let's look at a picture of 18 pigs and see if it looks 3 times as big as 6 pigs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There's 18 pigs, and we can see that it is 3 times bigger than the set of 6 pigs because we have 3 sets of 6 within that 18. One thing that helps students understand this is to think of, instead of equals, we could say is the same as. So we could say 18 pigs is the same as a set of 6 pigs 3 times. So we're comparing those numbers. Or 18 is 3 times as big as 6. Now we know in multiplication that we can arrange our factors in any order when we're multiplying, so we could also think about this problem as 3 times 6 equals 18. Or we could think about 18 being 6 times as big as 3. So here's our 3 pigs, 1, 2, 3, and now our 18 pigs, and let's see if that looks like it's 6 times as big as 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We can see that yes, it does look like 18 is 6 times as big as 3 because we have 6 groups of 3 pigs instead of just 1. So if we use that same wording as on the last problem, we could say 18 pigs is the same as a set of 3 pigs 6 times. All multiplication is comparison. You could draw those kinds of pictures with any multiplication fact, any multiplication problem, and you would be comparing those numbers. So let's review. The key words that you might see in a multiplication comparison problem, a word problem, might be something is so many times as many more or times as many less. One thing is so many times as much or times fewer than something else. You're comparing the size of those sets. Multiplication problems can be considered as set size, one size of a set times a multiplier, so you have so many sets of something, and that equals your product.